Hey everyone, welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're jumping right in, really getting into some timeless wisdom from a fantastic source. It connects, ancient Indian lifestyle ideas with modern well-being. We're looking at parts of PAT, basically healthy life, the path of Indian lifestyle. And our mission, well, it's to pull out the really key nuggets of knowledge here about Indian lifestyle principles for, feeling good. India has always been famous for yoga, Ayurveda, a balanced way of life.
Exactly. And what's really compelling in these excerpts is that the main idea isn't just about, say, not getting sick. It's actually much broader. The text itself says adopting this kind of healthy lifestyle is about finding mental peace, boosting your energy naturally, and even living longer. So yeah, we're going to unpack some practical tips and maybe even some surprising facts on how you can achieve that. Okay, let's get into it then. Maybe starting with something fundamental. What we eat, what's on our plates. This source definitely puts a lot of weight on a balanced diet. It seems pretty foundational from this perspective.
Yeah, it highlights things like lentils, dull rice, bread roti, lots of different vegetables, sabziyan, yogurt, dahi, and, seasonal fruits. Makes sense. But what's really interesting here, I think, isn't just the list of foods, but the how. It stresses home-cooked food using less oil and spices.
Hmm.
There's this idea about respecting your body's metabolic fire.
Right. That's a key concept. It makes digestion more efficient. You absorb nutrients better. It's deeper than just counting calories.
Yeah.
And when you connect that to the bigger picture, this whole approach, home cooking, being mindful with oil and spices, it's not just about getting your vitamins. It's really about tuning up the body's own systems, helping it process food well, building a strong immune system, keeping your energy steady. Food is medicine, basically, a really holistic view. That's very practical, yeah. So, okay, diet's the foundation. How does the source suggest we move? How do we energize our bodies? And this is where it gets really fascinating, I think. Moving beyond just food to something deeply, deeply rooted in Indian culture, something the whole world knows now. Yoga. The text calls it a direct inheritance, which is a nice way to put it. It specifically mentions daily yogasanas, the postures, and pranayama.
Which is more than just breathing, right?
Oh, much more. The text clarifies it's about consciously regulating your breath to influence prana, the vital life energy flowing through you. So yeah, it's not just about becoming more flexible physically. The benefits listed are pretty profound. Less stress, definitely more flexibility physically and mentally, and cultivating what it calls positive energy, which really means optimizing that prana for, vitality, mental clarity. It's that mind-body connection in action. That's a much richer way to think about it than just, stretching. So, okay, beyond the yoga mat, what does this source say about just general activity, keeping active day to day? Well, it lists a few things. Pretty standard stuff, actually. Morning walks, running, cycling, maybe playing some sports.
Yeah, but the key thing they mention is the consistency. The recommendation is specific, at least 30 minutes of exercise 5 days a week. So that regularity, that's what's highlighted. It's not just about burning calories, but keeping the body's energy flowing, keeping agile, making movement a real part of your daily rhythm.
Right, making it non-negotiable. Makes sense. Now let's talk about something, well, something everyone needs, but maybe doesn't always prioritize in our super connected world: rest.
Yeah, the text is pretty clear. Get sufficient sleep,
Yeah.
specifically 7 to 8 hours. And it gives a very specific warning, too. Avoiding late-night mobile or TV viewing. Ouch. Huh? Yeah, that one hits home for many of us. The direct benefit mentioned is refreshing the body. Simple, but crucial. But it's more than just feeling less tired, right? This kind of deep, undisturbed sleep is framed as essential for cell repair, mental clarity, letting the brain process things. It really contributes massively to your overall well-being. It's about restoring everything, physical, mental, even energetic.
Restoring the whole self. I like that. Okay, shifting gears slightly from the physical to the internal, mental balance. This deep dive really emphasizes how critical that is, and for achieving that mental peace, the text suggests a few practices: meditation, reading spiritual books, and spending time with family.
Right, and notice the wording. These things are essential for mental peace, not just nice to have, and including spending time with family. That's really insightful, isn't it? It points to that deep belief in community, connection, harmony, how that's fundamental to real peace, not just being alone and quiet. It really underlines how connected it all is: mental, social, physical health. They all feed into each other.
That's a great point, the community aspect. Okay, so finally, as we sort of round this out, the text also talks about the don'ts, things to actively avoid for a healthy lifestyle. Yes, it explicitly names them: tobacco, alcohol, and junk food. Pretty clear cut.
Very clear. And the source is direct. A healthy life is possible only by staying away from these. Presented not just as advice, but as a foundational principle. Purity, discipline, these are seen as core to achieving real vitality.
Yeah.
So if we kind of wrap it up, Pankam Archives offers this really profound way of looking at health. It's all about weaving that traditional Indian wisdom, mindful eating, managing your vital energy, rest, community, into how we live today. It's an approach where health isn't just, not being sick. It's about being completely holistically vibrant.
Exactly. That core idea is just so powerful, I think. Combining that traditional knowledge with, what we understand now, it leads not just to a healthy body, but like it says, a happy mind and soul.
And that really makes you think, doesn't it? In our world today, which is so incredibly fast-paced, how might these timeless sort of integrated principles from the Indian lifestyle offer some really unique answers to our modern health challenges, going beyond just the physical, towards real mental and soulful contentment? How do we actually thrive?
That's definitely something rich to chew on as you go about your day. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. We really hope exploring this path of Indian lifestyle has given you some valuable things to think about, maybe even try out. Keep exploring, keep learning, and we'll catch you on the next one.